Hi team and welcome back. In this session we're going to be going through the next step in setting up your Xero projects, and that is choosing your project tasks. And I'm going to take you through creating those tasks, but more importantly how to choose the right tasks for your business. So let's take a look. So to get started with setting up our project tasks, we need to know or understand what a task is. Your tasks are what your staff are going to put their time to inside your projects, and we can have multiple tasks per project. So a project may be the building of a fence, and step 1 might be demolition of existing fence, step 2 might be construction of fence, step 3 might be construction of fence, and that might be the end of it. So our two tasks there are demolition and construction. So that's what we're going to be setting up now. Now this actually doesn't occur inside the projects tab. This occurs inside the inventory tab of Xero. So those of you that are familiar with Xero inventory, you'll probably find this pretty straightforward. So under accounts, there's an area there called inventory. And even though we don't inventory our tasks, we're still going to add them to this section, but we're going to make sure they're a non-inventoried item. Okay, so I've got a couple of set up already. Here we go. Here's a landscaping plan, but I'll go with clothing repairs. So here's an hourly rate charge up type task, repairs. So if I open up this task, clothing repairs, you'll be able to see what it looks like if I click edit. You'll notice I've given it an item code. That's just a unique code and not too important really for most people's tasks. What is important is our item name. It needs to be fairly descriptive, and you'll notice here I've included an hour in brackets so that as my staff are entering in a number, they know that we're talking hours, not minutes or days. So that's just a top tip there. Now, it's important that you don't tick I track this item, because this is not a physical item. We don't have stock of clothing repair. So leave that alone. But you do want to tick I sell this item, because we want it available on our invoices so we can charge hourly for our clothing repairs. Inside here I've put in the hourly rate, which is why I've included the hour there. Inside the unit price, this is the rate at which we charge our customers, and the sales account I want that revenue to go to, the appropriate tax rate which will default from that account, and any description if different to my item name. So that's what a task would look like. And to set one up, all you need to do inside our inventory list where I was is to fill out those fields by clicking new item, like so. Item code, item name. If we don't purchase it, we'll complete the rest of these fields. Now, you can do this in bulk, but for your tasks, what I'd recommend is that you have no more than 10 activities. A real common fault I see is people create tasks for every activity in their business. They'll create tasks for phone calls, emails, client meetings, internal meetings, quoting, estimating, and they'll just keep going on and on and on, and it complicates their Xero projects and their task-based reporting. By simplifying our tasks, what we want to get to when we get to the reporting phase of our Xero projects at the end of this course, we want to be able to ask Xero projects, what are we good at? What do I do? How much money did I make on demolition of fences in October? How much money did I make on construction? Are we any good at those things? Because what Xero projects would let us do is say, here's how long you expected that demolition to take, 8 hours. Here's how long it actually took, 12. And you'll be able to roll that up together across all of the different fences you built, and you can say, great, we are not any good at destroying fences. So that's the beauty. That's kind of what we're aiming for. Now, how does that help you? A good life hack I've got for you is to go to your own website. So if you go to your own website, what you will find, or what you should find on that website, is somewhere that describes the services you deliver to your customers. And if it's just one thing that you do, car interior cleaning, then it's fine just to have the one task, interior cleaning. Now, if you also offer exterior cleaning, then have a second task called exterior cleaning. If you do a special service for rims, then have rim or tyre service, for example. So you get where I'm going. We want it very broad, and we probably shouldn't really be offering more than 10 services, because there's a good chance that if you're doing more than 10 different things, some of those things you're not doing very well. So pick between 1 and 10 different tasks and set them up in here in your inventory as an item. What that looks like on a project, just so you can kind of get a picture of how it appears. When we go to do a timesheet, or when your staff go to do a timesheet, here we've got a custom embroidered jacket. We'll be able to see the embroidery task under here. So we might have multiple tasks under here. If you've got quite a large project, you might have concept design, detail design, develop design, or develop design, detail design, construction observation. So these can be quite large and broad, or simple like this one, embroidery, 3 hours. So that's kind of what we're aiming for and what your staff will see. Great, I did 3 hours of embroidery. What we covered in that session was how to set up tasks for your Xero projects. So we don't do that inside Xero Projects itself. We actually go to our inventory area of Xero and add it as a non-tracked item. We also went through some top tips around some good examples of what a task should be, and kind of discussed where we might look for those and kind of the upper end of how many tasks we could expect to have. So hopefully you found that worthwhile, and I'll see you in the next session.